Hey guys and welcome to Tube Truths, the controversial show where I tell you things that other YouTubers won't. Today we're going to be talking about demonetization, or so it's been coined. Basically what I'm talking about is this little yellow symbol here that YouTubers keep going on about. But it doesn't actually mean that anything's been demonetized because we've already got a symbol for that. Looks like this. So personally, I prefer to call it flagged yellow. I mean, it's a little bit less misleading. But what does the yellow one actually mean? And why do people keep calling it demonetized? Well, if we look at YouTube's official statement on that, it shows that the yellow dollar sign means that the video currently receives limited or no ads because it is not considered suitable for most brands and so it will receive fewer ads, or it does not meet the criteria for advertiser-friendly content, so it is not eligible for advertising. But you will still earn from YouTube Red. Not considered suitable for most brands. So how does that work? Well, basically, when you're creating a relatively large AdWords campaign, you can choose specific categories that you do not want your ads associated with. In essence, this means that brands get to choose if they don't want to be associated with videos talking about war, killings, politics, blah blah blah. And if your videos have been flagged yellow, then this basically means that the machine learning bot has looked at your video and decided that it falls within one or multiple of these categories. But Steejo, isn't this censorship? They're trying to say that if we talk about something that they don't like, then we'll get paid less, or we won't get paid at all. Well, no, not really. It's the brand's right to choose what they want to be associated with, even if you don't think that's right. It's not your choice, it's theirs. For example, if a brand decides it doesn't want to be associated with political content, then that's up to them. It's their brand, it's their money, it's their choice. Doesn't matter what you think about it, and that's just the cold hard truth of the matter. But it seems like there's a lot of videos getting false flagged, and why is this happening? Well, first off, what do I mean by false flagged? Well, basically, videos that get flagged yellow and then are later turned to green through the appeals process. So, technically, videos that should never have been yellow in the first place. Unfortunately, there's a lot of videos getting false flagged, and while I agree that this is an issue, it's an understandable one. So all of this kind of stemmed from the adpocalypse. Basically, there was a mass pullout of advertisers from YouTube because they were upset that their ads were being showed against content that it really shouldn't have been. For example, some Nazi sympathizer stuff, some like fist fights, some absolutely brutal content that they just weren't happy being associated with. And obviously the PewDiePie thing didn't really help, but I mean, this was something that was coming anyway. So in an effort to ensure that this doesn't happen again, YouTube have obviously had to set their bot to the strictest settings. That way they can manually approve videos that get appealed to ensure that literally nothing that could upset the brands slips through the net. Because all it takes is one video to upset a brand to cause this chain reaction all over again. And to be honest with you, the last thing that anyone wants is another year of the terrible ad rev that we've just had. Not us creators, and not YouTube. But what does this actually mean for the creators' bottom line? Like, how much are people actually using? Because they say demonetized, but you're telling me that, no, it's not really demonetized. So how severe is it from a scale of regular, fully monetized video to yellow flagged? So I've grabbed the analytics from two videos, one that's been yellow flagged from the start, and one that has never been yellow flagged at all. I've tried to choose two videos that have very similar analytics because there's a lot of different things that go into how much money a video actually makes. But we can see that the video that's been flagged from the start has got roughly a $3 eCPM. You can do the math yourself if you need to. And the unflagged video is getting roughly $4.88 eCPM. If you're unsure as to what eCPM is, it's basically the take-home pay from a video per 1,000 views. I'll explain all of that in a future Tube Truth video anyway, but if you're a bit unsure, that's the general gist of it. So yeah, YouTubers are suffering from their videos being flagged, but not anywhere near the extent of demonetized. So the second part of my original question is, why are people calling it demonetization and demonetized if it's really not? Well, this really brings me on to another Tube Truths video that I'm going to do, but in essence, it comes down to clickbait. It's the radicalization and over-exaggeration of something in order to elicit an emotional response. Creators have been doing this for years, either to manipulate their audience or because ignorance is bliss. And if they'd done a bit of research into it, it might not fit their needs. I mean, we've all seen it. Whether it's YouTube videos, newspaper headlines, news articles, everyone uses sensational headlines in order to grab your attention, to get you involved in what that is. And it's no different here with demonetization. YouTube is killing my channel and other channels like it. YouTube is killing gaming. YouTube is killing bodybuilding. Demonetization is just everywhere, man. All caps, all this misleading crap just to get you to click on that video, to get you to sympathise with them. And alright, if people are willing to misinform their audience, fair enough. On your head be it. That's not for me to say, that's for the audiences to watch a video like this, find out exactly what's going on, and then call them out. I'm not going to sit here and call out anyone, because can't be bothered. But the thing that gets on my nerves is when people start taking things like this, taking this misinformation, and then pushing people towards Patreon, towards donation links, towards merchandise. YouTube's killing my channel, I'm getting paid nothing for this video, but you can hit up my Patreon in the description below. And that's when things start to get shady. Take anything with a pinch, in fact not even a pinch of salt, take anything with a truckload of salt when someone's saying, oh, this is killing my channel, this is happening, but please give me your hard-earned money. And don't get me wrong, like, I use Patreon, I know loads of people who do use Patreon, but misinforming people like that? Nah. Unless they're willing to show you their analytics and show you the exact breakdown of how much money they're getting, how much money they're losing, so that you can make a decision and be like, you know what, I enjoy this creator, I'm gonna reach into my pocket. If someone starts crying to you on video asking you to give them money with no tangible evidence behind it, just be wary. So what would my solution be to this entire demonetization debacle? Well, first off, let's stop calling it demonetization, because not only is it a straight up lie, it's misleading and it's unhelpful to people. Secondly, I think YouTube needs to be a bit more clear about what flagged yellow actually means. So right now we've got a yellow symbol that is limited or no ads. So you can't tell what scale it's on. Am I slightly limited? Am I fully limited? Do I have no ads whatsoever? So in my opinion, what they should do is have a traffic light symbol. Green, all the ads, full ads, on you go. Yellow, limited ads, but still YouTube red. Red, no ads, but YouTube red. Black and white, zero ads, no YouTube red, no monetization whatsoever. So even if this was implemented, do I think there'd be any videos that actually get red flagged? Nah, not really. I don't think there's any videos out there that fall in, we want to give you ads, but the advertisers say no. So why even suggest implementing it then, Stajo? Because it would give us creators peace of mind. You would know if you've seen the yellow symbol, like, alright, okay, I'm getting less ads, but at least it's not no ads, at least it's not demonetized, it's not this sensationalist thing that people keep trying to make it out to be. And I feel like that would just kind of help put people's minds at ease. So what can you do to make sure your video doesn't get false flagged? Well, unfortunately there's not much that you can do, at least not much that I've found anyway. But I do have a couple of things that I've found out through, well, it's anecdotal evidence, but it's pretty strong anecdotal evidence at that. So first off, one of the things that people seem to put a lot of emphasis on is swearing, and YouTube stopping us from swearing, and they're trying to be really kid friendly. But I've got a backlog of thousands of videos in which I swear like an absolute trooper, like pretty much every swear word under the sun I use in some of these videos. And sorry to tell you, but I have not had one video that has been flagged as yellow and then upheld through the process, through the claims process, except, and here's the interesting one, a non-commentary let's play of Outlast 2, which, okay, makes sense, Outlast 2 is a pretty messed up game, but yeah, none of the videos with swearing in them. There's been loads of them that have had swearing in them that have went yellow and then went through the appeals process and came back as green anyway. So, scratch that one off your list. Number 2 is gratuitous violence and adult themes in video games, because I've played plenty of games that have these gratuitous violence and all these adult themes, ranging from Evil Within 2, Gears of War, Grand Theft Auto, all have, yeah, they've been yellow, went through the appeal and come back green. So it's clear that that's not what they're looking for. So all these horror stories that you hear and all these YouTubers that are saying they're trying to censor us, or try to do this, or try to do that, well, nah, they're not really, because it goes through the appeals process, comes back totally fine. So it's really not YouTube, it's just an oversensitive bot. So what can you do in order to fix this? Well, like I says, I've not got any solutions for you there, except keep appealing them, keep submitting things to the bot keeps learning, eventually it'll start getting toned back and toned back and toned back, because that's how machine learning works. So unfortunately it's just a matter of time. But in conclusion, please stop using demonetized. It's a straight up lie and you're misleading people, and honestly, I get absolutely triggered whenever a creator says, my video's been demonetized, my video's been this, my video's been that. and they show that little yellow symbol, because it doesn't mean demonetized. So stop misleading people and stop using it for the sympathy card, because unless you're willing to show me 100,000 views with 0 pennies and 0 pounds made, then I ain't going to believe you that your video's been actually demonetized with that little yellow symbol. But feel free, please prove me wrong, because I would like to see more empirical data, because obviously I've got my data, I've got some other data of some of my other YouTube friends, but that's all I've got. So if you want to send me some data of videos that have been flagged yellow and are literally demonetized, then go ahead and I'll be like, alright, okay. In some cases, that little red symbol would come in handy. But in all the cases that I've seen, nope. So yeah, basically, if you're a creator, stop using demonetized as a word. Take the term that I use. Use flagged yellow. Use the term that Google uses. Limited or no ads. Call it limited. Call it yellow $signed. Call it whatever you want. Just don't call it demonetized, please. And if you are a member of the audience, don't believe everything that you see on YouTube unless people show you some actual hard evidence. Then don't believe them, please. Because it's easy enough for people to whip up their audience into this malevolent hate storm that just doesn't help anyone. But unfortunately guys, that's all I've got for today. So I hope that you've managed to come away from this video with a bit more knowledge than you came into it with. And do remember that if you've got any questions whatsoever about this subject, then feel free to drop a comment down below and I'll be answering some questions. If we get enough decent questions, I'll do a follow-up video where I'll answer them all on video so that people can see them all in a clear, concise manner rather than having to go through the comment section. But if you've enjoyed this Tube Truths video, feel free to leave a comment below suggesting other topics of conversation that we could do in future videos in this series. But, as always guys, stay informed.